Hi, I'm Gary. I'm the CRO and co-founder of Skydeck AI, and I'm here to introduce you to Rememberizer. And Rememberizer is addressing the significant gap in personalized context in AI. That means adding your personal data to AI applications and custom GPTs. Now, obviously, with custom GPTs, you can add files, but there's a number of problems with this security. Also, you can only add a certain amount of files. And there's a lot of different types of restrictions on how much data, how many files, how long they will be held. And that's not just for ChatGPT, but also in their custom GPTs. Now, what we've done is we've created the service, but we've also created some custom GPTs. We have Rememberizer, which allows you to integrate with Dropbox, Google Drive, and Slack. And we've created a specific Talk to Slack GPT. So we're going to do a demonstration of the Talk to Slack GPT so that you can see the finished product and how easy it is to integrate and some of the use cases. Now, while we were setting up Rememberizer, we set up some support automation. So I created some synthetic data and some support emails, and those support emails, as they came in, they were forwarded into a Slack channel. Now, one of the support situations that was simulated was a new product release and some customers having integration problems. So what I can do, I've already got Talk to Slack set up here. So I'm just going to copy in a simple prompt to try and find any sources of that particular problem. So the first thing you see happening is I've prompted, and you can see here it's starting the action and talking to Rememberizer. And saying here are the details of the support issues related to the new product release integration. So it's given me the ones that were reported in the Rememberizer test channel. It's given me the company name, director, all the information. And here's the problem specification and the requests. So you can see this is formatted nicely for me to check. Now we're going to walk through a quick demonstration of Rememberizer. So this is another GPT that we've created to showcase the Rememberizer service. And this one we've actually connected, or give you the ability to connect to Dropbox, Google Drive, and Slack. So I'm just going to ask it to tell me about my account. This should very quickly get some information about what's been integrated. I'm going to sign in first. And it'll take me straight back to the Open AI GPT. Now it's going to tell me about my Rememberizer account. I can ask what. Okay, and here we're going to ask some questions about Google Drive. So I'm going to ask okay. I'm going to quickly stop, and I'm going to ask a question about now what this is going to do is look across many different files and folders and collate the information that it finds about hiring in different parts of the drive. Okay, now you can see that that's bringing up data across those different files and locations. And what I can do is I can just keep asking questions and keep getting more information from my data sources. Okay, thank you very much. So the first thing that's going to happen when you use a Rememberizer GPT, that's a GPT that's connected to the Rememberizer service, is it's going to ask you to either sign in to your existing account or to create a new account. So this is what happens. It's now talking to the Rememberizer service. You click on the sign in, and it's going to take you to where you can either sign in through Google or you can create a new account. So just go ahead and create an account and it'll take you through the onboarding process. Next, we're going to do a connection to Dropbox. So if I just click on connect, you see here I've got the connection, and I've already got this logged into my browser, so I can just select. Okay, now I can just select all, or I can select a folder, or I can select individual files. Now, one of the beauties of selecting a folder is if you add more content later to this folder, it'll automatically be synced and added to your indexing for this particular connection. So I just click on add, and now our Dropbox is embedded. So the first of the 4 steps we need to complete is embed your knowledge. So this is where we connect the 4 data sources. So click on embed knowledge, and you can see that we've got these connection capabilities here. So I'm just going to do Slack first. It takes me to the screen where it's my embedding space, so my knowledge. You can see I've got 0.1 gigabit embedded right now. So I'm going to go to Slack first and click on connect. And so here I'm going to put in the Rememberizer. And this is my Slack workspace that I want to connect. And now we want to connect the Rememberizer workspace. Okay, so now it's connected. The next thing we have to do is select which channels that we want to index. So I could just select all, but I'm going to pick 2 channels, the AI newsletter and our support. I'm going to add. Okay, so that's Slack completed. So I went ahead and finished connecting all of the data sources. You can see we've completed this first step now where we've embedded data from our sources, and that's fed information into our knowledge base and indexed it. And now the next step is to create filters or mementos, which will share selected information from this knowledge in Rememberizers to selected apps. So let's do that. So I'm going to quickly create a new memento. I'm going to call this one Rememberizer GPT, create. And for this one, I'm going to select some information from Google Drive. And I'm just going to select all of the folders. So if you remember, these are the folders that I indexed from Google Drive, even though there was more information available. So now I'm going to select this and click on refine. Now I could, of course, create another memento. Let's call this one Talk to Slack memento. And in this particular memento, I could decide that I would only add sources from Slack. Refine. Now there's also a default memento, all and none. So you could just use all to connect to an app, and that would share anything that's been indexed to the application that's using this memento. Okay, so now we've created our mementos, and the final thing to try is to try it out, search. So we'll do a quick search here. Let's do Mid-Journey. Remember, we connected some information about prompting Mid-Journey. So you can see it's actually finding documents, and it's actually finding chunks of text. This means that the connection is working and the indexing is working. So that's just to test the connection and the indexing is working. So you see, the last thing we have to do here is authorize our application. Remember, we came into this through a GPT. So the last action is to complete this by selecting a memento, and then you authorize the application. And as soon as we've completed that authorization, now you see we've gone back to Rememberizer GPT, and we can say always allow, otherwise it'll ask you every time you use it if you want to talk to a Rememberizer. And you can see now that I've connected the account, and I can say, tell me more about Midjourney time-saving features. So you see, now it's working and it's connected and it's retrieving information.